Welcome back, and those of you that are new, welcome. I want to start off first by saying that this channel has been a little pushed down on this website, so to really help it out, if you could send a link to this video or other videos to other people, email them, show your family and friends, maybe co-workers, whatever you do, get the word out. The link is really simple. You just copy it, and when you go to send an email to somebody that you think might be interested, you just paste the email, the link onto your email, and away you go. It's that simple. Or any other websites that you're on that allow you to put links, please do that as well. I'm back from my short trip in Lake George, New York, and Adirondack Mountains in the northeast of upstate New York. Great place, beautiful place. Went there for a short vacation, about 5 days, and also played in a chess tournament. So, yeah, I tied for first in my section. Sometimes you just get it together. Anyway, let's get to the story. GOP representatives introduced resolution without Senate approval, which they don't need, to nullify subpoenas for Bannon, Navarro, Scavino, and Meadows, declared January 6th committee illegitimate, which it is. Now, I don't know Scavino or Meadows' situation, but I know Peter Navarro, there you see on the right, top right, and then top left is Steve Bannon. Mark Meadows is on the bottom right. I don't know Scavino that well. The fact of the matter is Mark Meadows on the top right is currently in federal prison. I believe he's doing 4 months. Steve Bannon has to report July 1st to federal prison, and a miracle of miracles, he gets out just before the November election. That way his influence over tens of millions of people can't be felt. It's amazing to me. Let's read on. Representative Massey, who I like a lot, I always agree with him, but I like him a lot, Andy Biggs, Eric Burleson have introduced a resolution aimed at rescinding the congressional subpoenas issued to Steve Bannon and Peter Navarro. This proposal also seeks to officially repudiate the actions of the J6 committee, which is illegitimate, even by their own rules, which Massey and other Republicans have labeled as wholly illegitimate. They were against their own rules. The committee was stacked with Democrats, and then the two Republicans, I call them undocumented Democrats, give it the air of legitimacy, which it wasn't. Mike Johnson says, Massey, why don't you rescind the congressional subpoenas? Yeah, we'll see what Johnson does. Now, I want to say if this goes to a floor for a vote to rescind the subpoenas of those four, that would release Navarro from jail immediately. We'll see if a progressive judge will go against the U.S. Congress. And also, will they come and incarcerate physically Steve Bannon, who was supposed to report on July 1st. The American people chose the Republican Party to be the majority party in the House of Representatives. Whether you like it or not, that's a simple fact. According to Massey, this does not need Senate approval. The original subpoenas were issued unilaterally from the House, so the House can rescind them unilaterally. They didn't need Senate approval because it never went through the Senate. Time is of the essence because Peter Navarro is going to jail, Steve Bannon's going to jail July 1st. And at Peter Navarro's age, who knows what they could pull, maybe some very bad things could happen to him in his 4 months in federal prison. This needs to come to the floor immediately to bring this resolution to the vote on the floor. Now, I want to say, if it makes it to the floor, and people just vote absent, or they vote present, or they say here, or whatever it is, or they don't show up at all to vote, and they're Republicans, they should be held accountable. Unless you have a serious health issue yourself, or a member of your family, or a personal injury, or something traumatic, you have to be there to vote. If you just sit in your office and don't vote on the floor, it just shows you as absent, or you vote present, you should be put out of the House. if you're a Republican. Peter Navarro withdrew the recommendation finding from them in contempt of Congress. They were waiting for Trump to, this is where Trump kind of got him a little bit, even though I'm a huge Trump supporter. They were waiting for the executive privilege waiver. It passed the dates, Navarro and Bannon. It passed the dates. They were supposed to appear in Congress. And after that date, President Trump said, okay. And they said, fine, we'll appear now. And they said, no, the time has passed. That's when the House of Representatives are controlled by Democrats. One day after the J6, then Speaker Pelosi and Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, my senator, I'm embarrassed to say. By the way, Nancy Pelosi is the only Speaker of the House to lose the majority twice in the history of the House. Call for Trump to be removed from office, whatever means necessary. So they're saying this is the 7th. That means Trump had 13 days left to be president. And they wanted him removed by whatever means necessary, legal or illegal, I assume. Pelosi went on as far as to say that Trump had been accessory to murder. The only person that died during the January 6th so-called insurrection, I'll call it a riot, was a lady, an Air Force veteran, can't say her name because this website is screwing up the algorithm for this channel bad enough. That's the only casualty. Those of you that say cops died during the January 6th riot are either misinformed, or they're lying and they know they're lying, or they're just stupid. Unbelievable. When they failed to secure a conviction in the Senate for the impeachment, Pelosi turned to creating this illegitimate committee. On June 30th, House Democrats, along with pretend Republicans Adam Kinzinger, which, by the way, Kinzinger went along with them. What was his reward? The state of Illinois basically redrew the districts and just basically threw him out. And Liz Cheney passed Resolution 503 establishing the committee. Yep, the resolution established, and they go on, you want to read about the rules and what from each side and who people they appointed. I'm just going to slowly go through this so you can read it later. The very resolution that established the committee required the chair to consult with a ranking minority member before issuing a subpoena. Did that ever happen? No. House Democrats also made the unprecedented decision to exempt the select committee from House Rule 11, requiring committee rules provide equal time for majority minority members asking alternate questions. Yep. It was a kangaroo court, kangaroo committee. Unbelievable. And I was like, I breezed through there. Subpoenas issued by the illegitimate committee for Bannon, Navarro, Scavino, and Meadows were insufficient and should be rescinded. And the contempt of Congress referrals based on those subpoenas should be withdrawn. Now, if any of you recognize these names or that is your House representative, call their office. I'm going to go through the list here a little bit. There they are here. Call their office, or even if you don't live in their district. It's very easy to look up their number, either their branch office in their district or their office in Washington, and say thank you and give them a little bit of praise for doing the right thing. Sadly enough, I don't see any from the state of New York, and I'll just leave it at that. But there you are. What will Johnson do? And will it come up for a vote on the floor? I'm telling you, the Democrats are desperate. Absolutely desperate. And I'll tell you honestly, you see these poll numbers, and Trump is slowly going ahead in very, very powerful swing state areas. I can't for the life of me figure out how. I know people hate Trump. I get it. All right, I get it. But how can they say they're supporting Biden in these polls? Why aren't the undecided 20, 30% and Biden down to, say, 25% support and 20, 19, 18% undecided? If you don't want to vote for Trump, fine. That's your prerogative. It's a semi-free country. You can almost do whatever you want. But to say in a poll that you're going to support the current president, you got to be crazy. You have to be crazy. I get it. You don't like Trump. All right, yeah, I know. He's blah, 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 blah. All right, I get it. You just don't like him. I get it. But to say you'll support Biden just because you don't like Trump, if your hatred for Donald Trump is stronger than your love of this country and you're an American citizen, shame on you. Until the next time, God bless, goodbye, and good luck.